I would like to warn future students who would like, who are trying to join the core interpreter program at Cal State Los Angeles. To me, it's a total scam. When I joined that program, the orientation session, everything was nice. It was very inspiring, motivating. They told us about, how to join the program, that we will have to take an admission test. And they painted this profession as something easy to obtain. They focus a lot. They keep mentioning, the salary of this profession once you obtain the state license as an interpreter to work in the court system. They kept mentioning, $75,000 a year plus benefits and all these other different fields that you can go into. And they will mention, okay, you take the course, you join the program, you pass it. Once you pass it, you will take the test, the written test and the oral test, which is administered by the agency Prometric. Where I just want to warn you, do not join this program, because you are in for a deception. You might be good during the program. You might score straight A's during the program. You will pass the written test most likely, but the oral component, I would say 95% of you won't pass it, due to the fact the way this test has been structured by Prometric. The program will get paid, because when I took it, it was like $600 and something per class. They will get your money. You will pass the classes, but guess what? When you go for the oral component of the test, that is the part that really you need to pass in order to attain your license. Most likely you won't pass, because you will not be trained to pass it. They will just train you to pass the written test, but not the oral, because I attended that program, and they spend most of the time telling you that you need to memorize all this legal terminology, and they teach you a lot of translation, which is the written part. They will give you documents, and you have to translate it from Spanish to English and English to Spanish, legal documents. But they will do little practice on the oral skills, how to improve your skills for the oral interpretation. I am warning you, do not join this program. If you do join, I will advise you to go for the medical, the medical part of the program. I think it's like 2 classes or 4 classes that you have to take. And I know it's not a difficult test like the legal, like the court interpreter test from the state. You will have more chances in passing the medical program and passing the state test for the medical to become a medical interpreter. You have more of a chance. But if you go for the legal, unless you are like, wow, super gifted, because when you go for the oral test, the consecutive part, in my experience, is the most difficult. They start easy with 1 or 2 short sentences, then they increase. It goes from like 2 sentences to, I would say, 5, 6 sentences. You have to be quick taking notes, memorize, and then render your interpretation. And In the simultaneous part, you will encounter that the recordings are either the volume is too low, with like it happened to me, the volume was too low and you could not listen at the same time you are rendering the interpretation. Because if the volume is too low, you won't be able to hear what you need to interpret. It's a trap. The program gets your money at Cal State. And I will say most programs, I will say, it's my opinion. I don't have the proof, but the other programs that I know nothing about, like UCLA and other programs, they just get your money. And Prometric, when you go take the test, they will charge you $325 each time you take the test. And for sure, you will not pass on the first time. I took it 3 times. I scored A's, and I will say 6 of the 7 classes in the program. In the other one I scored, I believe it was a B. And I was praised by the professors. I was even reassured by the professors that, you know, you will pass this test. You are an excellent student. You should pass on the first try. Guess what? That was not the case. That was not the case when I went the first time, because I basically memorized the entire dictionary of legal terminology, plus other legalese, other technical phrases that are most common in the legal language. I would say I could have taken the bar exam, and I bet you I would have passed. But to me, I was ready, and I felt confident when the professors told me that out of everybody, I would pass on the first chance. Well, in my class, nobody has passed the test. Nobody that started the program with me, it was like around 35 or 40 students. Nobody has been successful in to pass the court interpreter state test. The oral component, nobody has been successful. Some of my classmates have not been able to pass the written test. I'm warning you, it's a scam. The program gets paid and Prometric gets paid. They will make it nice for you during the program. They will praise you. They will constantly tell you about how wonderful this profession is, the amount of money that you can make, and the amount of money that you will make if you become a federal interpreter, federal court interpreter. And they keep pumping these numbers. And they will make you think that you are ready to take the test. And guess what? I was praised every time. You know, how a good student I was. And sadly, you know, I went 3 times and I didn't pass the test. I tried my best. I practiced like months, maybe like 4 or 5 months before the test. I researched material. I accumulated material during the program. I studied those materials. I mean, for months, and I wasn't able to pass the test. I believe I'm a capable student, and everybody that hears me translating, they tell me that, you know, you're either interpreting or translating. They're satisfied. I have been asked for by people with limited English when they have medical appointments or when they have to go to a government office to go with them. I do go. And even the people, when I went to a hospital to interpret for a relative, they were very impressed. The doctors were very impressed with my interpretation. So it is the way Prometric structured the test. It is meant to only maybe allow 1% or less to become certified. That's the way it is. And that's reality. I will not be making this video just to hurt somebody. I'm just telling you, I just want to save you some time and money, because I spent on that program like maybe 2.5 years, 2 years or 2.5 years. I spent all that money, that time. That's what, hurts me, that I could have used that time maybe to go in another profession. If you go for it, take the medical program first and go get certified. So at least you have something to fall back on. And, and then if you want to go for the legal, then you can go, but at least you have something in your pocket. I went for the legal because when I heard that salary and I heard about the benefits, and at that time the medical profession, to become a medical interpreter was not being paid that good. I heard now that there was a salary increase, but go for the medical first. If you're trying to become an interpreter, do not go for the legal, because it's being set up between this program and Prometric just for both of them to make money. It's a trap. So take this advice serious. Take it serious. And I wish you the best. But if you you want to go for another profession in one of these extension programs, I will advise you to do that. And also find out about the success rate of those candidates that go through the program. What's their success rate in passing the state test? Ask them that question during the orientation. Ask the professors, ask the department head of those programs. What's the success rate of the student who finished the program? What's their success rate in passing the state test, especially the oral component of the test? Let's see what they tell you. According to my research, the success rate is between 13 and 15%. Okay? 13 and 15%. So ask them that question and ask for proof about the success rate of the students who finish the program. What's the success rate in passing the state test? Thank you and good luck.